Hello and welcome to Rivertown. We are back in Cities Skylines 2 and today we are taking a look at the power of the specialized industry. If you want to see a way to make money in your city very early on, this is how you do it. But before we get in there, let's take a look at what we have in here. So these are the areas that we built the last time. So we had this new island in here almost all filled up. We have our high school over there. We still need to do the public transportation to connect this place. But we have our industry over here and our specialized industry in here and there. One thing that I noticed though is that having smaller areas are much more beneficial than actually having a large area like this one. This is one huge forestry industry, and this is actually, let's take a look at that. I think that's in here. This is giving us 71.9 tons per month. So I think we can do better, and to do better, what we need to do is basically come in here, click on this area 2 button in here, and actually start changing the shape of the industry in there. I think what we could do in this area, I'm gonna do something slightly different in here. I'll bring this over here and then we will create 4 industries in this region. I actually gonna pause the game, remove it and add new ones. I think that'll be easier. Let me redo that and I will be right back. But basically what you can expect is that we have one industry around this area over here. If I can get things properly set up. Yeah, there we go. Hard stuff to do. Another one that goes on this side. And I will fix the shapes in a second. Another one that goes on this side. And finally the 4th one that goes over here. Okay, that's done. While we wait for this to get all the workers and actually we have 9 employees in here. Fantastic. As you can see, this should get balanced a little bit before we get in here and actually get some good numbers in there, but it's getting better already. So I know we're not where we were before, but we will get there. Trust me. Also, we have to consider that those actually, we don't have enough natural resources in here or enough employees on this one only. But this will start changing as these trees start growing as well. And I'm pretty sure that when we get there, as you can see, this is starting to get more and more, and this will be over what we had there before. So this is quite helpful, and the reason why this is quite helpful, and I'll get some more tiles in here just so we can build in this area. We do have some fertile lands in here, and I want to make very good use of that. And we have some fertile lands in here as well. You know what? I'll grab these tiles already and we can start working on it. What I want to do here, I want to use some sort of technique, I will call it, that I saw Flyvox using on his channel. And by the way, if you don't know his work, I highly recommend his channel, so go check it out. But what he's done is basically he outlined the area of the industry where you have the actual fertile lands in there, just so you know where your industry should actually go. And I quite like this for several reasons, but first and foremost, it's a really nice way to give your city like a unique layout. And I quite like that this is how everything looks like. We're very close to the train station in there as well, which is quite nice for For a cargo station here, that would be awesome actually. But yeah, we have this area in there now, and what we could do, we could still use the gravel road to define some limits between the farms that we are going to add in here. And it could be something as simple as what I'm doing in there. Could be a little bit more complex, could be wavy like we've done the other ones, but I think this might be more than enough for what we want to do. And this area, as I mentioned, is fertile. At the moment, we don't have vegetable yet, we just have grain. And if you look at production, we are actually importing some grain. Or look at production of wood, almost there. Good. But then, sorry, grain is up here. We are importing quite a lot, 36.3. I did some tests. Doing one big farm in here gives you a little bit less than half of the production that you would do. So what I'm doing here is basically getting the grain and adding probably 3 or 4, and then I'll add a few more of them for later on. This is wrong. Let's try that again. And we can get this area sorted as well. Now, I'll do this for, as I mentioned, 3 or 4 of those, and I'll be right back. All right, everything is now connected. Again, getting the employees in here, but we should be much better. We are actually making more money, so that is a good sign. And we are making 54 tons per month, 57, and growing as the wood production is starting to get where we were before as well. So that is really, really good. And this will start changing the landscape in terms of money for us as well. And while this happens, now we could dive deep into the production chain in here and see everything that we do. So for the moment, we are exporting most of our wood, we're exporting most of our grain, processing a few as well, but we don't have enough industry for that. And the same thing with livestock. So that is good, but we could do better with this. And one way to make it better, as you can see, there is a lot of demand for industrial, and that's one reason for that, is that we do have all that capacity, all that material, but is not making good use of that yet. And we are back at what we were before with wood production. So what this will actually start changing will be in this area over here, where we'll start using those products. For example, the convenience food, we do have the livestock, plus the grain. I was like, what's that thing? And now that we can process it more and more, this will start making us more and more money, and the industry hopefully will start getting more profitable, because I believe for now they are not that great. As you can see, it's just average 25% of industrial profit, but with these new industries coming in and these new type of grains being produced in the city, this will certainly change as well. So that's the hopes that we get there, and we definitely need to make sure that this is doing as best as it can for us, because I think we will, well, will benefit from that. I think that's the take from there. We have more fertile land, I believe, in here, but again, I want to wait a little bit and do some vegetables and maybe even some textile fiber. This one will lock on milestone 6, this one on milestone 5, which is the next one. So things will start changing as we progress in here. Now, we can certainly see that we have a lot of demand for residential, and most of our complaints from Chirper in here, they are actually complaining about not having Yeah, other than being like a no, because we don't have the medical clinics in the city. Oh, come on, so easy. But yeah, other than that, we need more housing, and demand has been to the roofs like for some time now. What I want to do is making good use of this area that we've unlocked in here. I will bring what you're complaining about in there abandoned. You didn't like the size of your home. All right. Yeah, fair enough. But I want to use this area. I also want to delineate the same way as we did before. I'll probably get another road from here and do something like this, where we actually use the contour lines in here, and we also use this, hopefully, in our favor. There we go. And then we can turn that off and we can see what we are doing here. So this is the space that we have. Definitely some good space in here for some housing. I'll use some of those as well. Make sure that we have enough of these in there. I might, just thinking at this, and we might actually upgrade some of these roads over here. I think that would accept that bit in there. I think that would make sense, especially in the long term. Maybe the ones in the middle, we keep it that way. I'll stop there. But then what we could do is basically start working with the terrain in here to make sure that we have some nice rows of housing in this area. Not sure how everything is going to look like, but I'll certainly do my best to make sure that this is actually looking as good as possible, and also leaving some areas basically ready for further connections like this one. We'll definitely expand to that way, and we will work with the terrain in here, because I reckon this would be a very challenging terrain. And again, I'm making what I hope is very good use of these alleyways, so we can get the most from this area. Okay, not on that side though. Very good. In here, well, this would be tricky, but I guess we could bring this road from there. All right, I think that looks really good. And what I will do next is adding some pathways now to connect some of these areas. As you know, we need to make things as easy as possible for them. And that's definitely my goal in here. All right, next step for us is to definitely add some residential in here, as this area is screaming for that, as you know. So maybe we start somewhere here in the middle. I kind of like to get like this as some sort of center of the area where buildings will start to grow out from this region. And also adding some medium density in this area around here, because we do have not as much demand for this, but they'll definitely want that area. So we can leave this corner here for that. And that's closer to the highway as well, so I think it does makes a little bit more sense in my view. And I'm adding quite a lot, but we certainly don't need as much. But what I'm trying to do is getting the area ready, and then we can maybe upgrade this as we grow over here. But yeah, this will take care of demand, hopefully. And we're now starting to use the elevation in the terrain in our favor, and I quite like that actually. And again, the amount of details on these buildings is just incredible. I really love it. And we are looking at the back of the buildings. Look how nice this is. Oh, this building just here alone feels like one of those buildings that you see in the movies. Alright, this is growing. Everyone is starting to move, hopefully. And we will start. Yeah, there we go. There's a lot of people moving in. And money is again sorted. So this is more or less of the balance that I try to find when building my city. You will have like ups and downs like that, especially at the beginning where you don't have a bigger city to support you in everything that you're doing. And as you get more and more people moving in, this should change. This should change how the industry actually reacts to everything that's happening, how the commercial reacts to everything, and how much profit they make. And obviously, the more profit they make, the more taxes you get, and that's how you end up growing and getting more money for a city. We had 25% before, we are now at 27%. Off-sea profit is still ups and downs, especially because we don't have enough well-educated people in the city. So we need a college before we actually get this going. We'll get there. I think we'll get there. It's just give us some time and we'll definitely get better in that area. If you look at the production, again, as you can see, now a little bit more livestock. We're producing quite a lot. The surplus is not as much because we are using quite a lot internally, which is great. I love to see that when we are using all our stuff. And yeah, there we go. All the things that we are producing here and starting to make furniture as well with the wood that we have. That is just so good. And again, production is above what we started. So big win for us in that area. The city is starting to come together quite nicely. One other thing that I want to do, although it might not feel soon, I will connect these areas because I think it's, I don't know, it's just missing. We can do better in here. That's all. I know that we'll kind of miss or destroy some houses in there, but I think we can fix that with more buildings in here. And another one over there as well. Yeah, sorry for these houses, but you have to go. And these will feel a little bit more natural or filled in. And as always, we will get some of these trees, we'll get the brush and increase the strength for the brush and get some in here. Because yeah, we definitely can fit some trees in this area. And I'm all in for trees, as you know it. Can do some decoration as well, but I think these areas, it's much easier to just do this, especially that we don't have like any tools, like proper line tools where we can easily do certain things. So I'm using these all in my favor in here, just because I know that these will all be used in our favor. There we go. Nice. Can you see the shadow that the clouds make in here? How good is that? Like just that area, and it starts moving and it goes away. It's just like such a cool detail in there. I just love it. Really, really love it. We have our demand attended for this. We have more customers now. They're complaining a lot less. But one thing that, even though we don't have enough customers for commercial, one thing that I would do is to actually provide something for them, like a couple of shops in here. And the only reason is to provide easier access for residential to shopping, and then they'll be able to get their groceries close by and not like have to go all the way across the city to get eggs or milk. So I think that helps us quite a lot. All right, our money trend is upwards. Population is downward, but it's just one down, two down. But as soon as these houses are in, we should have all that sorted. And before they all growing, as we have pretty much like a lot of space available in here, we won't see this going up until that happens. So we just have to keep in mind what is happening in there. Also want to look at this again. Yeah, commercial profit 59%, 27% of industry. And if we look at this, good profit, good profit, good profit, very good profits. And that's what we want to see. Cool. All right. I think that'll be the bare bones of the city before we actually have like a bigger area and start getting more density in here. Now, to get more density, and this is something that we'll do in the next episode, we definitely need a college and we have to unlock that. By the way, while I talk about this, I might add like a plaza or two in here, and just to make sure that this area is a little bit better, you know? There we go. And another one, I said that I would be talking while I get a plaza, like there's no talking involved in here. I'm sorry. We'll get there. Small playgrounds. There are some areas in here that we can definitely have those. Oh, and we unlocked the new milestone. So before we go, I actually want to do this, right? I want to add the vegetable farming. And again, I will do that little thing that we've said that it's a good thing to do, which is basically adding a road in the middle so I can split the industry in there. I'm just thinking, yeah, I think I will do two in here and that'll be more than enough. Let me do that and I'll be right back. All right, our vegetable farming is now in place. Can add more in there, as you know. We will have that capacity, but maybe, as I mentioned, we wait for the textile fiber, and this should definitely keep us on the green here for some time until we actually start doing our education system. But as you can see, this is all making money, and vegetables should start increasing as well as time passes and this gets balanced. So pretty good stuff in here. I like to see this in there. And now, as I was mentioning, next episode will be start to add more density. And for that to happen, we need a college, and that will be what we'll be working on. But after adding a college, it takes time. So we'll see. We might expand the residential a little bit more. We're starting to see more demand again, although people are unhappy in here. I have a feeling that as soon as we add some city services in here as well, this will resolve everything. They are starting to ask about internet services. So this might be something that we do soon enough. There is a lot of hearses in here. Something's not going well. But, well, if we're here, maybe this is something that we do. Can add a clinic in there, and this will help everyone and make them quite happier with the service in here. So we'll see how that changes. This will certainly cost us money, but this will certainly push the population upwards, and this is what we are looking for as well. This will be the first step there. So for now, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much. I hope you appreciated this hot episode in Cities Skylines 2, where we've seen how specialized industry actually makes a big difference in your city. So thanks a lot for your comments, questions, suggestions. Keep them coming. I really like it. And let me know if there is anything in particular that you want to see, and I'll do my best to show you that. For now, Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.